Yo, it's your boy Logos. And if you ever need confirmation that we're now living in the Twilight Zone, just think about this. We have a president that had the nerve to say, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And that man is as white as George Washington. His colleague, his vice president, is somebody that called him out on this past bullshit over and over again during the campaigns. Also, that vice president has been known to abuse her power and jail black people beyond term limits or beyond the limits of their jail sentence, and also cackle and laugh about it. That black woman also likes to play a black card for political purposes. Any other time, she'll happily tell you, I'm not black, I'm Hispanic, or I'm Asian, or whatever the hell she is. This woman likes to play being black to full, idiotic, sheepish, whatever you want to call them, people to vote for her just because of her skin color. I can't tell you the amount of black women I've seen post about Kamala Harris, love Kamala Harris, and somehow call her inspirational. It is so sad to see how gullible some people within our community can be just because of skin color. It's no different with Obama. That man got a Nobel Peace Prize while dropping drone after bomb in the Middle East. But he got a Nobel Peace Prize. We are living in Twilight Zone, but we're here to call it out. Let's get into it.
Kamala Harris gave a speech for Juneteenth, and she did it again.
Oh my God.
Happy Juneteenth. Please have a seat. Please have a seat.
I hate this lady.
Why is she laughing?
And to my Divine Nine family.
And my what?
Divine Nine? I don't know.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Juneteenth.
I don't know what the hell this holiday is either. We just made it up and now it's a thing.
No, Juneteenth is a thing, right?
No, Juneteenth they suddenly put out.
They suddenly, yeah. So that's what Biden did. In lieu of doing anything, giving them a minimum wage or giving us health care.
Do you know what it celebrates?
Or $2,000 checks. No, what does it celebrate?
It's embarrassing. I watched Judge Joe Brown tell the story of this.
What is it?
And he's damn right. It's about when slavery was ended and black Union soldiers came to Texas, I guess, and told them, hey, and the slaves didn't believe them because they were black.
They didn't believe them what? That
they were free, because they saw black people in Union. They're like, where'd you steal those or whatever? Didn't believe them and continued to work for another year. Then found out, oh, they were free. And then it was Juneteenth. And for some reason, that very embarrassing story is I mean, I think it's like some kind of insult or something.
Yeah, that is insult. So, if I understand what you said correctly, the Civil War ended. There were black Union soldiers who fought. They went to Texas, told the slaves down there that you're free. They didn't believe it. It took a whole nother year of being in slavery. They didn't have to be in slavery for them to get it and believe it. And that's what we celebrated. The fact that these people were so, in bondage and everything, that they didn't want to take the chance of actually, acting out the freedom they actually had. And that somehow somebody supposed to celebrate it. See, this is another reason why I don't do this whole Juneteenth thing the same way I see a lot of other black people do it. They seem to just want to talk about slavery over and over again. I'd rather use it to look back on our community, what we're doing, what we need to improve on our future, not just, resting on the past. But it's even crazier if this past that these people keep talking about and celebrating this holiday with is nothing more than acknowledging, I can't think of the exact word. It's kind of what like an abuser, a victim of abuse goes through over in Stockholm syndrome. It's kind of like Stockholm syndrome or something like that, where you just can't believe it because you don't want to be hurt anymore. But that's what we're being celebrated. Of course, Joe Biden gonna fucking do that. But Judge Joe Brown said it. He's a black judge, from my understanding, and I think he did have a TV show. I'll probably check out that video in particular where he tells the story. But if he says it's true, that holds a lot more credence to me, because he is kind of similar to like Thomas Sowell and other intellectuals I watch. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
That's the story is, to pick that out is like a special insult, and like,
well, I know it's
really a barbecue holiday.
I knew it was a distraction. Like I knew it was definitely.
Yeah, the story behind him, like, why are you celebrating this? Some slaves worked an extra year for free when they didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think I'm starting to see why they're celebrating it now. Now I'm saying it out loud.
Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans, deriving its name from combining June and 19th. It's celebrated on the anniversary of the order issued by Major General Gordon Granger on June 19th, 1865, proclaiming freedom for slaves in Texas.
So they're not. Do they not have the rest of the story in there? They're smart not to.
This
put
is
it in.
Wikipedia. That's what I got from Wikipedia.
By the way, why don't you call it June 19th instead of making it like you know, calling it Juneteenth is also kind of like.
I know what he's trying to say. He don't want to say it because gonna have some people say you're racist. I hate the word too. I hate that. You could have come up with like a better name, like Liberation Day or something like that. Like Juneteenth. It just sounds. It sounds like some Ebonics bullshit. It sounds like Ebonics to me. I hate when people talk that way and they think that's how black people talk. No, that's not how black people talk. That's how ignorant people of any color talk. It's nothing just about black people. And to think to hold it up as some part of black culture is insulting to me. Ignorance, lack of intelligence, lack of reading ability is not something that just black. I'm not gonna sign up for that. I'm not gonna play into that. Screw you. Juneteenth. It just sounds ghetto to me. There you go. I said it sounds ghetto. It sounds ratchet. I don't like it. Come up with something better. Give me a break.
You're celebrating like all the wrong things, you know?
Wow. That's hold up. Go back because I talk about this a lot.
Making it like calling it Juneteenth is also kind of like you're celebrating like all the wrong things, you know?
It's kind of funny he said that, how somehow the celebration of slavery within this country now, as of a few years ago, Juneteenth, and Juneteenth, the actual story is celebrating bad things. And it's kind of funny because I often talk about within our community, we celebrate bad things, gangster rap, promiscuity, all types of nonsense, ghetto, hood love, whatever it's called. That Mary J. Blige song, I heard it like a week ago. My girlfriend played it. And I just couldn't help think about the lyrics when she talking about we got hood love, we got good love, and we fuss and fight. I'm like, none of this shit sound positive. And if this hood love, good love is so good, why our community looking the way it does? Why marriage is so low? Single motherhood, fathers not being in the home, all this type of stuff. But hood love and good love and all this bullshit, that's the way we do. Give me a break.
Quick, it became commercialized. Okay.
Yeah, when did it become commercialized?
In the 1920s and 30s, often centering on a food festival. Participants in the Great Migration brought these celebrations to the rest of the country. During the civil rights movement of the 60s, these celebrations were eclipsed by the nonviolent determination to achieve civil rights, but grew in popularity again in the 70s with the focus on African American freedom and African American arts, beginning with Texas by proclaiming in 1938 and by legislation in 1979, every U.S. state and District of Columbia has formally recognized the holiday in some way.
So they're not telling the backstory of that.
They're not telling the backstory.
Yeah.
Okay, Juneteenth is celebrated by the Massagoos, descendants of Black. Okay.
Where are you reading it from?
I'm just Wikipedia still.
I can't believe they don't have the story. But you can find Judge Joe Brown telling the story.
I'm gonna find it.
And he's like, what in the hell
I'll
is
do
this?
another video and find it.
Okay. The history.
Oh, there we go.
That the Emancipation Proclamation would go into effect January 1st, 1863, promising freedom to the slaves in all of them. Texas was included, but not the federally held territories such as Delaware, Maryland, and West Virginia. Enforcement of the proclamation generally relied upon the advance of Union troops. Texas, as the most remote state of the former Confederate, had seen the expansion. Okay, I have to read more of it.
Yeah. That's the gist of it. It sounds like they're getting to it slowly, but
well, let's watch it again.
Yeah.
Happy Juneteenth. Please have a seat. Please have a seat.
It's like she's doing an impression of herself. It's like she's doing an impression of herself.
What is she?
I keep black men in prison for pot.
And to my Divine Nine family.
This is a joke. She's a senator. She was a senator. She's a vice president of the freaking United States. And in my opinion, still the most powerful country in the world. And she's up there cackling on stage, when she could just give a public speech about something that she should have some type of feeling about, whether it's be talking about slavery and what we can't went through, or what I do when I talk about going forward in the future in our communities. But she can't do jack squat but cackle and laugh at these gullible. Okay, let me not be so mean. At these people who I guess like her believe what she says for some reason I can't conceive of. But she just a stupid face, just cackling and shit with that big stupid ass grin. Her and AOC over and over again, I've seen just empty headed, empty headed, and somehow, some way, Tulsi Gabbard got pushed to the side for this lying, corrupt, cheating, idiotic organism.
She's a real scumbag, man. Remember that guy who was innocent? They kept in prison.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I was talking
She
about
argued
earlier.
that they had to keep her
Juneteenth.
office argued in court that they had to keep prisoners in prison in California, or else they would hurt their prison labor.
I guess it kind of is like a
What?
Juneteenth story.
Because it would hurt their prison labor. So it would hurt their free labor that they can get from these prisoners, or 10 cents, whatever, $1 a day that they get from these prisoners, even though this guy was innocent or he did the time he should have. So you're holding these people against their will so they could work against their will. And this woman is talking about slavery on stage. The Twilight Zone.
Of that they should have been freed, but they weren't
But
for
they
some
weren't.
time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Juneteenth miracle from Kamala Harris.
Isn't it ironic? That is ironic.
That's why she's giggling like that. That's like a genuine laugh. That's not her normal nervous giggle.
Yeah,
That's
she
like,
like,
I
this is
can't believe I
crazy.
actually
It
did a
is-
Juneteenth.
It is like she's doing an impression of herself, isn't it? It's like, how do you not know not to do that now?
I
Just,
mean,
just to start
She
laughing
can't
by,
control it.
and there's nothing happening that's funny.
once you commit to nervously playing that character, you got to do it forever, I guess.
I want to see it.
Happy Juneteenth. Please have a seat. Please have a seat.
It's almost like she's like a black pastor or preacher. You know how I haven't been to the church in so long, but like they'll like say some shit and they'll like just let it rest and they'll like wait for the crowd to build up. You'll have some people like, amen, yes, pastor, and sometimes that'll cause other people to do it, and then they'll cause the whole church or whatever to like start going crazy, catching the Holy Ghost, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, that's what I'm seeing right here. She just acting like a preacher somehow, but she's not saying anything. She just, I don't know, her aura or her name or who she is supposed to be in lieu of words. I don't get it.
And to my Divine Nine family.
I don't know what she's saying. So I'm going to give her a generous reading of this moment and say the crowd was maybe saying something when she was starting to speak, and so she was letting them say, and she was laughing as they were saying
Yeah.
something flattering
I'm
to
going
her.
to say best appearance ever from her. That's I'll go that far. Never done better than that. Never seen more warmer like a human being than this slightly odd laugh.
It's just they can't help themselves. There's
Today,
people
she-
doing. Steph does an impression of her. It's basically that,
Yeah.
and it gets huge laughs. And now she's coming up. She's doing a parody of herself.
I mean, it's like doing Schwarzenegger. We can all do it.
Yeah.
It's not a tumor.
Like,
Hey, so I don't know if you're into this kind of stuff. It's the Field of Greens. It's
Oh,
so what this is, it's a powder.
I'm
You
sorry,
put in
Jimmy.
water, you mix it, or you can put it in a smoothie.
Okay,
or
that's it.
whatever.
Yeah. Definitely check out his stuff if you're interested in that, because I know not everybody eats their vegetables or their fruit like they're supposed to, and that really can help your body if you have some health issues. So definitely check his stuff out, or any other content creator. But of course, I'm always for going to the market, going to the farmer's market, getting it fresh, right there out of the ground, or like, just taken out of the ground. But overall, Kamala Harris she is what she is, and she's trash. That's how I see her. She's just trash. She's not a good person. She's not a good VP. She's not a good public speaker or senator. She's nothing good at all. I have yet to see anything positive out of her. She's a liar. She's an abuser. She's a flip-flopper. She's just garbage. Straight up garbage. And the whole idea, oh yeah, another thing, there was like this a photo going around of her and Obama like hugging and laughing together. I think after she got selected to be VP, and I couldn't help but just see the blatant corruption and the irony there. That they could just have a private conversation saying like, we really got these motherfuckers. We're really gonna trick them. The same way I got in, you gonna get in. Only difference is me Obama, I actually can speak to people. I can actually play the game. I can actually make people think I'm smart. Or I know he's smart. I won't say he's stupid. I can actually make people think I'm genuine. I'm not corrupt. I'm not politically lost or anything like that. You, on the other hand, Camilla, you're just an idiot. But luckily you're black and you're a woman. So you can put both of those things together, and somehow, some way, that'll make these sheep give a damn about you enough to give you their votes. And somehow this decrepit old man with Swiss cheese for a brain will get in office. And maybe, just maybe, he will die, get a stroke, something, and we can have our first black female president. Wah wah, Juneteenth. And they probably did some evil ass laugh, because you know they don't give a damn about Juneteenth or anything like that. Oh, it's kind of funny. Then like, oh, it's not funny. Let me take that back. It's not funny what happened, but it's sick and ironic how the news media covers stuff up. But then Obama's chef like passed away a week ago at around like Martha's Vineyard near their home, I think. Yeah, I'm not saying they had something to do with it. They just look a little shady. How nobody's really talking about it, and it's not getting much coverage. But the media Byron paid for it. It's blatantly honest. And that's why I'm happy we got Jimmy Dore and other people like him. I can't remember another reporter or journalist that he does have on a lot. It's like another like white dude